Hey, guess what? Woo! Time for a new YouTube series. Thank you so much for watching today. Very excited about the series that we're starting here for a few weeks. And this is on flawed heroes. All of us have heroes. There's political heroes, there's sports heroes, there's creative heroes, there's all kinds of heroes, and family heroes, those kinds of things. But we also have biblical heroes, religious heroes. And I wanted us to consider that heroes have flaws, because sometimes I think we think in terms that our heroes are perfect. And we acknowledge, yeah, they're not perfect. But sometimes I don't think we focus, or we look at their flaws, and we just kind of focus in on just like their amazing accomplishments or reasons why we respect them. So I want us to look a little bit in this series at some of those flaws, because we can relate to those flaws. And I want us to look at them because I think relating to those flaws can help us, encourage us that even though we have imperfections, there's still room to grow and become, so to speak, heroic, something significant, impactful, and worthy of emulating, sort of, but also acknowledging that Jesus is still supreme and on the throne. So all of that said, you're like, oof, that's a lot of introduction. That's true. So thanks for bearing with me. But we're going to look at our first flawed hero today, and this is Peter. We're going to look at a strength and a weakness. The strength, it's interesting. You read about him in Matthew 16, and he gets completely applauded by Jesus for recognizing that Jesus is the Son of God, the Messiah. And Jesus says to him, way to go, Peter. Only God has revealed this to you. And Jesus is like, that's phenomenal that you have that insight and that you've listened to God to coach you on that and to help you come to that conclusion. And shortly thereafter, in the same chapter, here's the weakness. You got Peter with the strength. You are Christ, the Son of God. And then the weakness, shortly thereafter, Peter takes him to the side. This is again in Matthew 16, verses 22 to 24. Peter kind of pulls Jesus off to the side and says, you're not going to get crucified. I'm going to prevent you from dying a gruesome death. And Jesus says to him, get behind me, Satan. I think Peter's amazing. Peter gets this, yay, way to go. And within just the same short conversation, he gets reprimanded for trying to derail Jesus from going to the cross. And you might look at your own flaws and you might want to maximize them and say, and kind of focus and say they're all consuming. But at the same time, I want to encourage you, yeah, you have flaws, but also God has given you tremendous strengths as well. So let's not let the flaws sabotage the weaknesses, and sabotage the strengths. And let's acknowledge that God is growing us, that we continue to improve, and that we're a masterpiece in the making. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the cool people who give me feedback, Jeffrey and Sammy and Debbie. Thank you boatloads for your input and feedback. And I'd encourage you to give me some more feedback. Thumbs up. Those of you watching, subscribe. That'd be awesome. Send this to your friends, because we're going to be talking about tragic, flawed heroes. And everybody we know has flaws, but we can all have heroic values as well. So thanks again for your feedback. And here's your joke. Oh my goodness, this is a great joke. And one of my children gave me this joke. So I'm not telling you who. There's a thin line between a denominator and a numerator. Thin line. And only a fraction of the people know it. I know, it's awesome. All right, catch you next week on our Flawed Heroes series. Thanks.